Welcome back, one and all, to the IESF World Esports Championship, which today we are going to be doing the Malta National Qualifiers. Now, today, this is the 16th edition of the World Esports Championships, if you guys are unaware, which are going to be held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia later on in November. The winner is actually the entire championship has a $1 million prize pool, but 240,000 of it is actually for CS2. Now, these teams, we are familiar. We've seen them yesterday. This is day 2, of course. We did see Globals and Global 5. I'm pretty sure it's Globals, though. We did see Globals, and we also did see Tallinnah Peak yesterday face off against their own separate teams. And let's go have a look at the bracket, which was just showing up. See how we got here, really. So, as we see, S&D2 and Peak Stars, they actually did play offline. We didn't see them on stream, but we did see Globals versus S&D2, and we also saw Tallinnah Peak against Valid Unit yesterday. And that's how you can see how we've made it to this point. As you can see in the top upper bracket, this is Globals versus Tallinnah Peak. Now in the lower bracket, we did see Valid and Peak Stars though fall down off their first games, then move on to the next one. Valid did end up coming victorious, going up against S&D2. S&D2 unfortunately did forfeit, not of their own accord. Unfortunately, one player couldn't make it essentially. But yeah, that means that Valid move on to the next round. So the loser of this best of 3, Globals versus Tallinnah Peak, will be going up against Valid at a chance for the finals. Now let's take a look at the map pool real quick, as the maps have been selected so far. And yeah, this is the map pool we've got in store for us today. So we're starting it off on Ancient, then we're going to be heading on into Vertigo, and the final map is going to be Mirage. Now I think we've actually seen all of these maps being played. Actually, I think that's Nuke showing up on screen. Ignore what I just said. That is Nuke showing up on screen. But yes, either way, we're not gonna be going on Vertigo. We're gonna be going on Nuke. Nuke is actually the map which we haven't seen yet in this tournament. So that's gonna be very interesting to see how that all pans out. But yeah, I guess the teams are now ready. Knife round has been played, and I guess we are gonna be going into this game straight off the bat. Really, no technical difficulties. Fingers crossed, and I think we're good to go. As you can see, starting it out on Ancient, which was the map pick from Tallinnah Peak, which I believe it was Tallinnah Peak who we saw on this map yesterday. Rightly so, and they did end up coming victorious. So I guess we'll see how this all pans out for them this game. They did actually have quite a stomp, I believe. Both teams had a pretty good second game. Also, hello everybody in chat. As we can see, this is the game going to be sending them to the finals of the upper bracket. And the finals, well, this is actually the finals of the upper bracket going into the finals of the qualifiers. Here we go. You can see the X2 coming in. Tallinnah Peak pushing forward. Slinger managing to find one. Keith and KD4 also managing to find 2 of their own. Now the sights all but open. Blossom on, but the rotations are actually come through. Bomb yet to go down, though. Everyone playing it slowly. There it is. Tallinnah Peak are actually going for it. Malta taking down KD4, though. That's already a good start for this retake. And Leftover now charging through. The rest of the team are coming through. Also, Leftover unable to connect some shots, but it's up to Keith. And unfortunately, Keith just gets overwhelmed by the Dubarettas from Lolamau. And it seems like Global 5. I'm going to call them Globals. Globals have taken the first round of this best of 3. As mentioned, keep in mind, this is best of 3. We are seeing some different faces today. Zellian actually on the side of Tallinnah Peak wasn't here yesterday, but he is here today. Rest of the teams seem exactly the same. No other substitutes coming in. Tallinnah Peak actually have 2 substitutes on the bench, but we have seen Keith, KD4, Stekli, and Nanami all for this, are all on this team. And same Global 5 is exactly the exact same as yesterday. Bomb does go down for Tallinnah Peak, meaning both teams are actually able to buy something here. So it is really, I mean, even Stevens for the most part. Nothing too over-aggressive. As I mentioned, these are the winners. Like, the winner of this game will go on to the finals. And since they are from the upper bracket, all they have to do in the finals is win 1 best of 3. Unfortunately, the Valid and whoever moves into the lower bracket will have to win 2 best of 3s if they want to have a chance at passing through into the World Esports Championships, which is an all-paid ticket. Malta strikes first blood. Leftover, unfortunately, unable to connect the shots, and KD4 uses like a little while. Well, Slinger now, last remaining survivor on this point. He is getting reinforcements, though. They're rushing the bomb plant. Lolamau able to take down Keith. Zelian finding Slinger, and it seems like kills have been traded, and Zelian gets the plant down. Well, I'm taking away now a 2v2 situation. Let's see how ZRZ and Meta approach this. They do have close range guns in comparison. Zelian and Nami are probably going to want to take long range fights. As you can see, they've backed up all the way, waiting for the plant, waiting for the stick. And ZRZ gets taken down. Nami goes first. Zelian goes second. And it's all tied up now. Immediately. That bomb plant in that first round is really, really vital on the terrorist side. If you do end up getting it, you do end up essentially ruining, to a certain extent, the bonus for the team that actually won the round. And it's doubly important if you're if you end up winning the round as a terrorist side. And now, unfortunately, Globals are forced into a save round. The Deagles come out, but this isn't over yet. I mean, we've seen what they can do with these Deagles. White, the aggression coming through. These utility, and KD4 able to find ZRZ through the smoke there. Almost finds another. But nothing quite yet. Gonna push them off. Zelian is making his way up through mid. Waiting very patiently. Leftover, possibly suspecting this. Nami manages to find him, though. And they're pushed through. It has been taken. The question is, which side are they going to go to? Meta, unfortunately, is going to be the one to strike first on a side, but then he makes quite light work of him. KD4 falling to Lolamau. There's 2 remaining players from Globals. Seems like they're going to back out. Post-spawn situation, I mean, it's going to be hard to retake this. I mean, Lolamau did manage to find himself an M4. So maybe not all hope is lost here. Not the worst case scenario. But he is going to end up facing the entirety of Talinia Peak pushing through. The question is, are they going to notice him? No, they choose not to peek through all the way. He takes his life onto the next round. A tactical timeout. Already coming through from Globals. 4th round in. We've seen them used a handful of times so far in this tournament, but mostly only been... I think Valid was the one to use them the most. And they were in dire situations when, you know, 7 rounds were... I think it was 7 rounds down on Vertigo. And similar situations to that is when they thought, you know what, we need to slow down the pacing, recollect ourselves, and get things sorted. Question is, what kind of plan are they going to be cooking up here? Only time will tell. Mid control has seemed to be pretty important on Ancient, and that's exactly what Talinia Peak are going for here. Pushing forward KD4. Trying to see if they can catch anybody up. And it seems like Globals are actually opting for the full save. They are going to be using and crutching possibly on Lolamau's rifle. And a full 4-man, 5-man team almost taking control of mid. No extra map control being considered here, which seems like, unlike Talinia Peak, we saw them yesterday against Valid really prioritizing map control, really taking as much as they can straight away. But maybe they're trying to be a bit more methodical here. Leftover. Might be able to catch one off guard. He does. In fact, it's KD4 who gets the kill on Steckley. And now suddenly, all at once, 4 on 3. 3 people fall. But the bomb is going to go down. Sally manages to find it. Still the one gun here for Globals. Unable to retrieve anything off of Keith and Steckley's body just yet. But as I say that, Meta comes out with the Galil. Are they actually going to go for this retake? Lola Mao able to strike down two. Well, two, including his teammate, ZRZ. Slinger also managing to take out KD4. And now it's up to Zellion against 2. And it seems like, from all angles, Zellion didn't know where to look. And they just about get the defuse there. Just about. That's what I mean. Don't count them out when they have these deagles. Able to find those initial kills. Pause on the gun. But Lola Mao retrieving that M4 from the previous round proved vital. As he was able to get 2. And his teammate. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Speaking of buys. Steckley coming out. Busting out the first AWP of the series. Very, very important here. So many sidelines. Question is, which one is he going to take? And it seems like it's going to be just about missed the shot. The question is, has he noticed that ZRZ almost caught there? And Steckley actually gets the headshot on ZRZ as he's passing by as soon as I click off. Unfortunate timing, but the rotations have now come through. 2-on-2 split. Mid has just been completely given up, and what a flash coming in from Meta onto Zellion. From Lola Mao, actually. Lola Mao is actually on fire right now. Managing to find 2, but as I say that, Causa's Curse, Keith takes down 2. Slinger also finds KD4 in retaliation. Leftover, able to take down Nami, and now this is that much easier. 2-on-1. He has taken some damage for it, though. How's Keith going to play this? He has been mollied off. Just about misses the shots to connect, but he does indeed gets the leftover, and now it's a 1-on-1, and he gets the headshot. Beautiful Keith play. A 4K coming in from that round, and a beautiful 1v2 to play that out too. Let's just take a look at that real quick. Leftover peeking, manages to find Nami, but then left on low HP. Keith playing this very patiently, pushes out before the molly actually explodes, takes down Leftover, and then immediately takes down the second in Slinger to complete the 4K for the round. That's where the mechanics really, really shine. Oh, and we seem to see here that Slinger is just fully pushed through. Zellion has no idea. Or maybe it's Zellion the one in the prime spot. Slinger's going all the way. He's going to be wrapping around mid. The question is, will he have the timing? And Slinger does, in fact, get it. Nami does go down. Zellion probably very confused as to how he got there. Keith trying to get the refrag on him. He knows he's there. He knows he's lurking. He might be able to catch him off guard. He does indeed. Slinger does end up falling here. And on the other side of the map, on B side, KD4 is trying to make some moves. Steckley taking down Leftover. Which means the entirety of A site is open. KD4 is still lurking, though. Lola Mao with his AWP, he does end up quick scoping Zellion into the next round. And kills are just falling everywhere. KD4 is able to take down Meta on the B site. And now going to be rushing through mid. No. Never mind. Changes his mind. Look at the positioning once again. ZRZ, here's the steps. Done caught out, and ZRZ with the deagle does take down KD4. Bomb is still yet to go down. Interestingly. It isn't the hand of Keith, and there we go. The plant is starting now. They have heard it. They know where they're coming from. But are they going to suspect Steckley pushing up this close? Here he goes. Peek comes out, and Steckley finds ZRZ. Lola Mao does end up falling, taking him down. But Keith gets the job done. 4-2 now lead for Talinia Peak. And what a messy round, really. The push coming from A site. From Slinger, really able, or enables the the round for them. Really opens it up. But Tallulah Peak managed to soldier on either way. Smoke's coming out. Hopefully to deter that push. And it seems like a stack's coming through onto the B bomb site. 4 globals. Full save. Power in numbers. And coincidentally, it seems like almost a full stack for Tallulah Peak too. They do have Keith on the lurk, and Nami's able to strike first blood. Through the wall. Full ZRZ. Big nade onto Stackley though. And that might prove vital on the AWPer. But nades in this kind of round, when you're saving, you need all the damage you can get. 84 patiently waiting. Might be pushing through now. Is he gonna check the right angle? He does indeed, and the shots just barely connect. Slinger does end up taking down 2. Or 1, sorry. Keith, Nami, and KD4 finish the job though. Tallulah Peak take another round. A bit scary. Very explosive though, but I mean, you almost had to give it to Tallulah Peak there. Managing to secure that round. It was a save round. And Global's 1 loss away from full loss bonus here. But this is the round that's going to be very, very important for them. 4 M4s and then MP9. Stackley's still able to hold on to this off. Going to be towards the A side this time. But nobody's going to be there. And it seems like they're actually forcing mid. They're trying to take mid control as much as possible. And Slinger's able to find Keith with this aggression. It pays off in the end. And that's all she wrote. Backed up. Leaving Lolamau to anchor. Now Tallulah Peak a bit caught off guard. A bit confused. A bit unsure what the plan is. Quite split. Trying to see if they can find picks in any site here. While he's coming out, presence has been spotted. But nothing just yet. Lolamau has been mollied off of mid. So mid control is being claimed now by Tallulah Peak. The question is, which side are they going to go to? They're trying to see if they can play some mind games. Globals do have 3 players towards the bump site, so A might be more opportunist. 35 seconds left on the clock though, and they haven't really made much progress. Global's playing this very patiently. They do have the numbers advantage really. All they have to do is just play angles. Really use those numbers to their advantage. And it seems like B is the chosen target here. Stackley trying to entry with this AWP. He isn't able to find anything just yet, but the quick scope comes out. ZRZ does end up falling. Slinger in retaliation, and now the full roundabout flank. But oh no. 2 globals no, and they don't. KD4 is flanking through mid, managing to take down 1. Unfortunately, will fall. Lolamau does end up taking down 2. And Leftover is able to clean up KD4. And flanks coming from everywhere. People getting pinched left, right, and center, but globals are able to come out on top of that engagement. And win a round back. 3-5. A vital round for them. It was such a lead. Tallulah Peak are able to full buy again. But this time, the ops on the side of globals. Lolamau absolutely having a stunning performance today. So far in this best of 3. It's been absolutely insane. Already racking up 11 kills. Once again, map control coming for them, trying to take down mid. Really take it away from Tallulah Peak, unable to work it, but it seems like in doing so, they've left A open. Leftover holding it from mid, though. Now the wraparound coming through. Lolamau is also here, waiting for the overzealous peek, and Lolamau does end up finding 1. Is he going to go for the second? Will anybody peek it? And we seems like Keith is playing super aggressive here in the smoke. Nami and Stackley do end up finding 2. ZRZ bites back, and Keith's still holding up in this smoke against 2. Their smoke is going to dissipate now, and he finds 1 and gets the second kill. Keith once again coming in clutch when it's needed most. What a messy round. But a round win for Talinia Peak once again. And the top is just flip-flopping between teams. Steckley does claim it back. We're seeing this quite often from both teams, really trying to close down the enemy team, trying to surround them essentially. Getting out flanks, getting out rotations. Mid control, unfortunately, well read by Talinia Peak, and they abused it. Having to leave a side open since they're 3-manning mid, and now ZRZ is getting pushed by an AK with nothing but a pistol in his hand, and KD4 does end up coming out of that engagement. Once again, Talinia Peak gonna claim it off them. They've left. Oh, Slinger able to find Keith though. Wait. It's all evened out. And they really have left. Nata on his own there. Zelian able to find one, and Lolamau is getting tagged down, but Nami will find that kill. Steckley also falling there, unfortunately. Now a 3-on-2. And Slinger's in quite a awkward angle. KD4 is aware of it. Smokes it off. And Meta now with just a deagle is gonna have quite a shot to hit here, and Nami's there. Nami's ready. Now it's Slinger against 3 with an AK in his hand, but he might just be opting to save here, trying to get some exit frags. Might be able to find Nami here. But 3 people are pushing him. It's almost like they know exactly where he is. Slinger coming through with the peek, and Nami comes out on top of that. 7-3. And on Talinia Peak's map pick, it's exactly where they want to be. Always scary when the other team wins the map pick. Still, really good performances all around. Similarly to what we were seeing yesterday, Talinia Peak seems quite even. Everybody really pulling their own weight. Everybody managing to frag out when necessary. There we go. Mid control claimed, prioritized by globals. Really does give them so much of an opportunity. And now Lolamau actually making quite an aggressive play through B, and they're really surrounded here. Talinia Peak unsure what to do, trying to spam, trying to wallbang something there. Nami knows the aggression's happening. Nades him off, but Nami might get shot in the head here. Slinger does end up taking down one. Nami does end up finding one in retaliation, but Lolamau's also there for the refrag. Backing up. Still an aggressive angle, and he might go for the peak once again. But Keith comes out on top of that. The question is, has the over-aggression paid off? Has the mid-push been in their best interest? Steckley does end up taking down Meta. The bomb also going down. It's up the leftover against 3, and Keith will put a stop to it. 8-3, and now we're into the final round of the half of this first map of this best of 3. Wow, what a mouthful. And it seems like it's Talinia Peak's map around to win. I mean, Globals don't have the best economy currently for this round. They are going to be able to scavenge something together. MP9s and a FAMAS. And left over with that dig. Let's see if they can make it happen. Mid aggression coming through, but Slinger's actually backing out this time. It seems like the stack on B, similarly to what they did in the last round. KD4 and leftover trading kills there. Once again, as I said earlier, that deagle really coming in handy, and it seems like Nami is going to be surrounded here. He does end up taking down Lolamau. Possibly the worst is over. They're still on 3-on-3, and they do have a gun advantage, but ZRZ makes his useful. Push now onto the A side. Slinger with the MP9 does take down Zelian in a 1v2. Steckley now, the last remaining survivor. Nade comes through. Just taps Slinger down a bit, but Slinger's there. Slinger's ready, and Slinger will make it 4-8 on the half. Great first round. Or first half, should I say. For this first map. T-side have really made use of it. Talinia Peak able to garner a 4-round lead. We'll see if it pays off. Dual Berettas coming in for now, Zelian and Steckley. Interesting. Meta going for the molly and the smoke instead of armor. Let's see how he decides to use them. Smoke's going to be coming out. Seems like an A push is in order, and they hear the steps, and all the rotations are coming through. The question is, are they going to wait for it? Steckley from range using these dual Berettas. And it's going to be risky. It's going to be deadly. ZRZ is able to find Keith through the smoke, and now the rotation's coming through, and Nami will end up falling to leftover. Kills dropping. Leftovers clicking. Meta finding some of his own, and suddenly Zelian, the last remaining survivor. Bulls and Globals take that first pistol round. Arguably first pistol round of the tournament. If I remember correctly, Globals tend to lose the first and second round. Well, besides the round from this game. Seems like that smoke really paid off for them. Really isolating Zelian. And the over-aggression from Zelian once again isn't going to pay off. And Meta finding that entry frag. And now Keith sort of unsure what to do with a P250, and not really much you can do, really. The power of the AK leftover is also proving that. Once again. And that's a textbook round, really, from Globals. Can Nami take some money away? Time ticking down, and really, you know, it's almost to be expected, right? If you win that first pistol round, you kind of expect to win the second buy round. Unless, obviously, as we discussed earlier, the T-side do manage to end up throwing the bomb. But doubly so for Globals here on the T-side, winning these first 2 rounds. Really managing to pad their economy. This is turning out to be quite the game. 6-8 now. Talinia Peak find their first buy round. MP9 for KD4. Unable to afford anything else, but possibly opting to hold these close angles. Trying to see if he can make these MP9 work. I mean, not a bad gun by any means. We've seen how useful it can be. Battle for mid commences, and it seems like Talinia Peak are all over it. Coming away, and almost Globals just completely giving it up. Not a care in the world. And it seems like a full A stack coming through. The rush coming out, and Keith managing to find one before falling. Site taken. Bomb going down. Rotations have almost come through fully. Now look at how Globals are playing a 2-on-2, but the aggression from Lolamau taking that 1v1. No matter, Slinger's there, Slinger's ready, and ZRZ is also finding one on KD4, and suddenly, even though he went for the greedy play, Slinger had his back. On top to Zelian against 3. That's a round lost. The sheer aggression from Globals is catching Talinia Peak off guard. They're able to get that one kill consistently. Slinger actually bolts the bomb there. But they are able to get that first kill initially. But only having, 2 people on A when the 5-man rush comes through. Not much util to deter these pushers from what we're noticing. It ends up leaving the last remaining player on the A side, sort of nothing they can really do. Mid rush coming through. Nades coming out, and they're expecting it. Leftover is able to nade down KD4 with the help of Slinger. And starting this round off with a bang. Interestingly, though, they've noticed the aggression. They noticed the 5-man push, but they haven't abused it fully, really. Global is really taking their time. Instead of pushing a site, they know to be empty, especially with the gun advantage they have right now. They're taking it slow, taking it patiently. Now, the push comes through. B seems to be the side of choice. Meta ends up going down. Zellion, the one with the only M4 on the team, is putting it to good work. Bomb does go down though already, so the time is ticking down. The push comes through. Lolamau, once again, what a performance this man is having. And Leftover cleans up too also. Quite the kills coming out. And Talinia Peak throw in their second, or their first timeout of the day. Second timeout of the series for both teams. And really, if you're Talinia Peak, what are you trying to figure out here? Possibly the aggression coming through from Globals is just too much for them. I think it really comes down to the utility usage coming in from Talinia Peak. They're really unable to deter these pushes there. Globals seem to be quite aggressive on this T side, but the utility is just not there quite for Talinia Peak. And once again, the aggression coming through. No mollies. Not much really to deter them from just pushing through, but raw firepowers. Keith and Zellion are able to find too. But ZRZ gets the bomb down. Lolamau and himself do end up finding kills of their own, and now it's up to Lolamau, and he just cleans up shop once again. It seems like a reoccurring story here for Lolamau. And unfortunately, that's gotta hurt. Now, Talinia Peak, after having quite the lead, I believe it was 8-3, are currently now at 9-8. A flawless T-side for Globals. And they forced Talinia Peak into another save round once again. Possibly frazzled here. Strats are coming through. Talinia Peak's map pick, as we mentioned earlier, and Slinger is able to get that entry frag onto Nami. I mean, they are in the save round, so now numbers is even more important. ZRZ finds Zellion on the other side. He will get domed, though, by KD4. That's a beautiful pick coming through. AK is retrieved. And with Slinger taking down Keith, they're really just trying to fight wherever they can. Zellion does end up falling, and it's up to Steckley with a 5-7. The will, sure enough, fall. 10-8. Which actually puts Talinia Peak, if I'm not mistaken, on full loss bonus now. Quite the cash coming in. A full buy. No ops. Interestingly. Let's see how Talinia Peak seems to play this. This is going to be quite a vital round. Mentally, for Talinia Peak, they need to be coming in. They need to be... And the mollies coming through. They do deter the push on B. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And now it lurks, actually. Not a 5-man rush, but Leftover Does end up taking down Steckley. Seems like now the rotation's coming through and completely unaware. Lolamau and Slinger by his side do end up taking control of the A site. Zellion playing quite passively here. Question is he aware of this? And now the push really is coming through and it's going to be scary. Lolamau now in T-spawn. CT spawn, sorry, should I say. And he's going to be able to catch someone off guard here. Nami with no idea. But does he suspect? Almost shoulder to shoulder here. I think he spots something. Nami's waiting for it. Nami's expecting it. It's been communicated. But not quite accurately enough. And Lolamau does end up striking first blood. And now the explosion's happening. And they're going in, taking this A site. Zellion unable to connect his shots as Slinger takes him down with that volley. And A site is over the taking. And in this crucial buy round, Talunia Peak are forced into a 5v2 retake. And it seems like they're opting to save their guns. They need that economy. Keith just about able to connect those shots on leftover. He does find Slinger along with it too. And now the question is, are they going to try for the retake? No. Keith with 7 HP. Probably the right choice. Almost takes down Lolamau. Living with 1 HP. After that engagement. And will fall, but I mean, when you look at the economy that Globals have put together right now, does it really matter? Is it gonna put a dent? Even just a little bump? Just a scratch, even? Sure enough, though, or thankfully, should I say, Talunia Peak are able to put together a buy round of light armor and M4s. All thanks to that beautiful loss bonus. Another timeout comes through, and I mean, rightly so. We've seen Globals just having an absolutely phenomenally flawless T-side. Whatever they do, it seems to just work. Talunia Peak able to counteract their rushes. But now, just the sheer movement, the sheer map control, the sheer pressure that Globals are able to put out all over the map, really. I mean, we saw that last round. Globals putting a ton of pressure on the B side. And Talunia Peak just completely gave up A site. And now, it seems like a mid push actually is going to happen. No matter what, smokes do come out. And mid control fully taken by Globals. A aggression has pushed through, and now they're hearing the steps. Zellion able to peek, able to find Lolamau, and top frag goes down. Zellion finds a second. Zellion unable to find the third, unfortunately. But Nami's there, cleans up shop. And now 3-on-2. A weird round now, 4-on-2. It's not over yet. With the bomb in hand, though, they are able to just be a quick rotation stop to B site, and bomb going down in the open. It's gonna make the retake that much harder for Talunia Peak now. Doubled up our Globals. Playing this perfectly. Double peeking here, coming through, and ZRZ gets the job done. Up to KD4 now. They hear his steps. He taps the bomb. Are they gonna fall for it? Probably not. The boost has come through. The double tap. They might peek this now, and they do indeed. ZRZ, though, able to find that. And 12-8. Match point now. 4 Globals. And can they actually finish this out with a flawless terrorist round? And if so, that'll be quite the round. Quite the game. Malta with the aggression. ZRZ will finish off that kill there. And Keith also finding some of their own. 3-on-4 now. Global's on the back foot. Leftover. Able to find it, and it seems like somebody in chat spoken too soon. 12-9 is the scoreline. Talinia Peak are able to claw back one round and absolutely ruin the flawless record that Globals have put in this terrorist round. Full buys from Aldo. Albeit light armor, and it seems like a B rush possibly might be occurring. Rushing through that molly, they don't care. Leftover left on 3 HP, but takes down Keith either way. Not even mollies, it seems like, are stopping these. Slinger able to find Steckley as he finds Lola Mao. Top frag down. And Malta and ZRZ put onto very low HP. These mollies are proving absolutely deadly. Slinger, the only healthy remaining member. And let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can retake this site. Talinia Peak with the bomb ticking down. Kills traded. Nami able to find one. And a 2v3. Zellion and Nami able to find it. And Zellion finds a second. And Talinia Peak live another round. There it is. You can see the utility usage, the perfectly timed nades, the perfectly timed mollies, really chunking down globals and making those 1v1s that much easier. Let's see if they can keep it going. It's going to be quite a risky round. If globals do end up losing this, they might not... Well, they might end up having enough money. Hard to say for the next round. But that doesn't spell good for them, as Steckley does end up falling early on, trying to take mid control. Leftover, able to find Nami, but can Zellion find more? That's all she wrote. Now suddenly, the flip was on the horizon, but KD4 is the last remaining member. We'll get a consolation kill. But that is the end of game 1. Coming through, Globals win 13-10. And we'll be heading into Nuke in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the IESF World Esports Championships. I am today hosting the Globals versus Talenia Peak game for you. But let's see, we are now in map 2. Let's go into really quickly see how we got here once again. As you can see, we are in the upper bracket here, Globals versus Talenia Peak. If they win this, the winners of this actually do end up going on into the finals of the upper bracket, meaning all they need to do in the finals is win one best of 3. The loser of this game will go into the lower bracket, having to face off against Valid Unit, and the winner of that game will need to win 2 best of 3s in order to win the qualifiers. Now, so far we are in map 2 here. We're going to be going on into Nuke in just a second. And the first map was won by the amazing Globals, as you can see here, on Ancient. Now the question is, will Talenia Peak be able to tie this all up, make this, get this map win on Nuke, and send us over into Mirage, or will it be all on one and done here and sending over Globals into the finals and Talenia Peak to face off against Valid later on? Only time will tell. The first map actually was pretty close. I mean, albeit, you know, Globals did have quite an impressive T side. You know, only letting Talenia Peak take off one round off of them. It was 13-10 to end the scoreline for that first game. But let's see if they can put a dent in Globals' T side here coming in. Straight away, pistol rounds going through and kills are flying all over the place. Wow. Globals had an amazing T side previously. And you might be able to find one. Meta just tapping away. He is surrounded though. Pushing through, trying to see if he can click any heads. Meta, unfortunate, unable to find anything just there. Here we are. First round goes to Talenia Peak. And this is, in fact, Globals' map pick. Now, last map was Talenia Peak's map pick, and they had quite an interesting first half. I mean, they did come away 18-4 in the first half. Could have been a 18-4, 8-4. My brain not working once again. But, yeah. Now on this Nuke, we'll see if their CT side can prove promise, and ZRZ is able to take down Zelly, and Meta able to take down Nami with this Tech 9 rush. Really proving deadly, even though Talenia Peak were able to find this first round. Slinger takes one down. Kills are flying. Bomb is down. KD4 with this M4. Quite the investment from entirety of both teams, really. And there we go. KD4 able to buy one back. Lull them out. Does end up falling. Don't want to give them a flawless second round. And with time ticking away, Slinger able to take down Keith. KD4 will catch one off guard though. The Globals take the round. Now all tied up. With Talenia Peak actually on the back foot, but it seems like an interesting force fight coming in. KD4 with that M4. Nami with the MP9. With quite an even split from outside. KD4 is able to put that M4 to use. Lolamau just end up falling. With silence for the rest of the map. But he's just waiting patiently, waiting for smokes to clear. Exactly now with this 5-7. And headshot. It seems like they might be Trying to push through outside. Let's see if they can claim anything here. KD4 playing quite a shorter angle. Trying to give them too much. ZRZ also waiting patiently. It seems like outside is the play here, but they're almost stacking up here. Nami. Flash does miss, and Nami's ready for it. He doesn't get the headshot. Gets one, gets two. Almost gets the third, too. Unfortunately, will get dropped by Slinger. Really putting that MP9 to use. Spot has been taken. ZRZ able to push through past ramp and possibly get quite a nice flank here. Slinger's also flanking around. Does KD4 expect it though? That's the question. He sees him and he gets him. Slinger does fall, and now it's just up to ZRZ, and KD4 gets a double kill. And Talinia peek. Take another round, and this is exactly how this started. Exactly how this started last time. Talinia peek claiming the lead. But can they follow through? This was on the T side though that they had last map. Their CT side wasn't too hot. Comparison. We'll see if they can pull it out here. Outside rush coming through. 84 is ready with the nades. Now we will get tagged up. That's about it. AK-47 sprayed, but ZRZ with that deagle just needs one tap, and that's all she wrote. Pushing through, Keith and Steckley able to find kills of their own. Spraying and praying. Having swapped to that 5-7, unfortunately unable to finish these kills, and Leftover comes out. Meta spamming with this deagle, leaving Nami on 1 HP. Entirety of globals though tagged up. Nate doesn't connect. Leftover, the only one with an AK, the only one with health. Possibly going to be baiting his teammates into this execute. Patiently waiting now. 40 seconds left on the clock. Bomb is in hand though. Meta does have it. Should they pick a site? And where is he gravitating towards though is the question. It seems like it could be either or. Push through ramps. Possibly. No, they are going to be going for an A site. And it seems like Zillion's already struck first. Taking down Leftover. Nami able to take down Meta. And now Lolamau. Whilst remaining survivor on 13 HP. Are they going to suspect him coming from heaven though is the question. This is quite the flank. There's no way they're checking this. Oh, they might be checking this, actually. He does indeed. But Lolamau taps Nami into the next round. 5 seconds left on the clock. And it seems like gravity is his worst enemy. Who to take him down but himself? And that means 31. For Talinia Peak. And also on the full buy round. Not too much. No deagles actually on global, so it seems like it's gonna be a rush through ramp. And Steckley's gonna be the one there to try and stop them. The molly does come out, hopefully tagging people up. And it is tagging them up with the sprays coming through from Steckley, and he does end up getting 3, but does get taken down. Lolamau able to retrieve the M4, but not for long. As KD4 is there on the rotation, he does end up taking him down. Meta now on 2 HP. Against 4. And the Kobe is all they need. Let's look at that spray down one more time though, coming in from Steckley. A prime position for him to be in for this rush. Using that molly well, able to take them down. You can see their health slowly chunking, slowly, and then the spray comes through. Unfortunately, the 5-7 shots don't connect there to finish the 4K or 5K, really. But no matter. Win comes through either way. Quite an even Steven split here for Talinia P. Outside, though, seems to be the move for globals. Smoked off quite vigorously. The push comes through, and Slinger able to take down Steckley from being just a bit too aggressive there. Charging down into Secret past these smokes. And nobody's really down there waiting for him, as they're able to take B. First shot comes through, and Keith, unfortunately, line of defense does end up falling. Bomb goes down. And are they going to try and contest this? This is a 5v3. This is a winnable round, but are they prioritizing their guns? It seems like they are. KD4. Zillion really backing up into spawn. Really prioritizing their guns here. I mean, when you see the economy on Telenia Peak, you can kind of understand why. I mean, Steckley on $50. I mean, the rest of them are decently healthy, but I guess retaking B doesn't seem to be on the cards for them. Major does end up falling, though. Very in line with his name. 4-2 now. Global's able to claim one back on this T side. Now, first time. Double full buys. Proper full buys. Both teams. Very curious to see how they play it. Are Global's going to go for a quick rush, or are they going to just play this patiently? And ZRZ able to get that entry frag in immediately, rushing out. Unfortunately, not checking every angle. Does end up falling shortly afterwards. His team lagging far behind. 84 able to find Slinger shortly afterwards. But Global's here now, all pressing up on ramp. Steckley on his lonesome is able to find one. Almost finds a second. Doesn't get the headshot there, unfortunately, as Lola Mao domes into the next round. But the rotations are here already. KD4 is ready. And with the help of Keith, they will claim that round win. And the first full buy for both teams ends in a Telenia Peak win. And Global's now forced into saving. As we mentioned in the last round, or as we saw, sorry, in the last map. Similar pattern here. Telenia Peak creating quite a lead. Albeit this is CT sided map. So don't count your chickens too much. Too early, should I say. Seems like it's going to be an outside rush here, and on this kind of save round, I'm not sure if you kind of want to be doing this. KD4 is able to take down one. ZRZ does end up falling, but the spray's coming through, and Keith with the help of Zelly in there will close it out. 6-2, and now Global's opting for the operator. Operator? AWP. What am I... Dude, this isn't Valorant. This is Counter-Strike. There's no operators. It's AWP, dude. But mirrored is KD4's. Where are they going to be holding? And is it going to have... Are we going to have an op-off here? They are going to be going to outside, both so. It seems like Lolamount might be going to silo here. He does indeed. Peeking from above. Isn't able to find anything just yet, but KD4 might be peeking into a sightlines in just a second. He does indeed, but he misses. KD4 actually tags Lolamau, leaving him 16 HP. The remainder of Globals, though, haven't committed to anything just yet. And with Lolamau tagged up, I don't see why yet. KD4 not trying to peek him again. They've got the damage off. Try to see if he can catch anybody else. Just playing a bit safer. Either site for the taking from Globals. Leftover trying to inch his way up and does get domed by KD4. It seems like ramp is on the cards, and Steckley is the one standing in their way. Molly possibly going off just a bit too early. It does deter them a bit. Time ticking away. 45 seconds left on the clock now. And the flashes are going to be coming through. Steckley pushed off his mark. And actually running completely back to B. Not even trying to take the fight on ramp. Absolutely giving them control. But now Steckley here waiting on the entry. Comes in and Meta comes out on top though. ZRZ also finding Nami at the same time. And KD4 now with this op. It's not what you want to have on a B retake. Especially coming from the angle he's coming from. This is a very close range fight that he's got himself in for. And KD4 unfortunately unable to see it done. Zelly might be looking for some exit frags here. Does catch Lolamau. Low HP. Bit of an over-aggressive peek there. Globals are slowly sprinkling in round wins here. 6-3. A tactical timeout actually comes through from Talinia Peak. Not quite pushed onto their save round yet. It seems like they do have... I mean, they've got 18k spread across each other. Let's see what they can try and muster up here. Possibly coming in with some rifles. I mean, Globals, they didn't really drop too much. They were able to retrieve the AWP here on Lolamau. Saving just a bit of cash. Timeout's done. And it might be actually just a singular M4 for Talinia Peak. No, okay, Zellian also busting out the M4 and Nami going for Famos. And it seems like they're trying to scrounge together here some sort of a full buy. KD4, the only one remaining with a deagle. How are they going to be contesting outside? They will be met with some challenging players. Lolamau is pushing through here. Nami with his Famos is actually just rushing through. Able to find Lolamau on that AWP. But Meta will get the refrag. Zellian now inching his way through. Spots some players, does some damage, but backs out. Not trying to take that 2v1. Nade comes through. Tickles him. Nothing too crazy. Coming in from leftover. Seems like it might be a ramp push once again. Nobody's holding it this time. Nobody's actually on B. It seems like they're all stationed on A or outside. This is all for the taking, really, for Globals. They could just rush down through ramp onto B, but they might be doing the wraparound. They might be going into heaven. Possibly into outside. Leftover, just trying to clear everywhere out. Here we go. We see ZRZ and Slinger moving their way into heaven. No intel at all, really, for Talinia Peak. No sound. No vision. They've given up a lot of map control here, and it seems like Slinger's going to make it happen. Takes down Zellian, and Meta's going to end up finishing the job on Keith. The full wraparound. Talinia Peak just sort of giving up the entire map, allowing Globals to just run around. Possibly even just great rotations really coming through. Allowing, you know, making really good use of that numbers advantage that Global created. Steckley now the remaining player for Talinia Peak. Just about misses. ZRZ coming through. And Globals are able to claim another round on Nuke. And it seems like it's slowly getting into a close game here. Another tactical timeout here coming in for Talinia Peak. Unfortunately, that was the round that they scavenged together anything they could buy. Trying to create some sort of a formidable opponent. It seems like they're going to try to do that again. You can see Steckley coming in with the armor. With the M4, but... I mean, with just 2 loss bonus... Is it Global 5 or Globals? The only reason I'm saying it's Globals is because that's a World of Warcraft term. And the captain and actually the team logo is a World of Warcraft emblem. Or icon. But it could be Global 5 too. Haven't actually spoken to the players, so it could be either one, but either way we don't got time for that because Mate is already pushing through past his smoke. Will get domed though. Leftover able to find some of his own, and kills are being traded everywhere. It could be both. I've actually heard it's both. People I've spoken to have said it's both. So you know what, we're both probably right there, bro. 2-on-2. Complete site control. Claimed by Lolamau, especially thanks to that Molotov. 84 and only 11 HP. It's going to be very risky. Steckley already makes his presence known. With that AWP peeking into it. That Molly, even though it misses, is able to throw Lolamau off. Is able to jiggle past that shot, and now the aggression is going to come through. KD4 is pushing through. Steckley is able to find the kill onto Lolamau. And they're going to have to watch Heaven. Are they going to be able to do this? And Slinger does end up taking him down. Slinger takes down 2. KD4 sticks the defuse. And reclaims the AWP. And Global 5. Close out another round, and it might just end in a 6-6 half. Kalinia Peak able to buy armor. Rightly so. The smoke does end up missing. Not really covering the diffuser. Not really covering Heaven. Just that one crucial mistake is what costs them the round, really. Patience now coming through, and as I say that, Meta says otherwise. KD4 does end up falling. Keith shortly afterwards. Nami is able to catch one off, but the trade comes in immediately. Look at the precision, the timing coming in from Global 5. Steckley peeking through that smoke. Once again, timing perfect. Bomb yet to go down though. Is still in the hands of Leftover. Play is still ready to be made. Zellian in an opportune spot. He hears the vents rush from both players, and you can see the immediate rotation coming in from Steckley, trying to see if they can catch them off guard, but they're already out on site with the AWP. This is not what you want to be peeking into. Slinger takes down Steckley, and now in a 1v2, Zellian able to isolate it. Leftover does end up falling, and he knows it's an AWP. Is he going to peek it, or is he going to stick it? Goes for the flash play, but unfortunately Slinger catches on, busts out the Tech 9, and takes us into the second half all tied up. Now, throwing it back to Ancient. That second half was absolutely dominant by Global 5. Able to essentially only drop 1 round. Or 2 rounds, sorry. Only able to drop 2 rounds very, very late on. When they already were at the 12th round win. Let's see if we're going to see something similar here. Or do Tolinia Peak have some crazy terrorist shots coming through? And let's see Keith able to throw for his blood here. Leftover takes down Nami in retaliation. Slinger tapping away. Takes down Steckley. KD4 says no. Leftover done, but ZRZ is not ready. ZRZ's there. ZRZ tapping away, gets a 3K with the help of Slinger. And Globals. Win that first pistol round. Absolutely explosive coming through. The entry frag did, unfortunately, not pay off. And yeah, okay, CRC. Okay, bro, okay. Aggression coming through from Lolamau, though, from outside. Gets downed by KD4 shortly afterwards. Stopping him in his tracks. And Slinger with the aim. KD4. And Nami. Out-tapped. And that'll be all she wrote. Lolamau with the crazy MP9 push, taking down 2. And he's the only one to fall. And the lead claimed by Globals. Scary one. They are on the back foot, though, essentially, this round. Talina Peak do have full rifle buy. Globals really, like, you know, got 2 MP9s, got a FAMAS, got an M4. Could be either way, really. Outside seems to be the call to action here. Lolamau spraying through the smoke. Is able to tag up Steckley quite a hefty amount. And he will end up finding him. Spray pays off. ZRZ now being the one to hold them. Postpone this B push. Or maybe not. Rotation's coming through. It seems like Talina Peak are actually almost all over the place. Keith is also held up on A. I think it might just be an A push now. After that smoke down, you can hear the noise coming through. Leftover does take down 1. Leftover takes down 2, but KD4 is there. Leftover takes down 3. Leftover somehow, against all odds, takes down 3, using that close range to his advantage, and the MP9 just tears through Talina Peak. And even though they had the gun advantage, Talina Peak falls short. Globals claim all the rifles they want, and now feeling cushy as ever. Rush stopped in its tracks. Fortunately, that was the call. The smoke comes through, but we're gonna have a spray down possibly here. Mesa finds 1, 2. Nami does stop with that, though. Slinger catches Nami mid-air. Isn't gonna expect the third person coming through, but Leftover is there. Zellion falls anyways, and Keith trying to rush the bomb plant, trying to see if he can get some cash, but unfortunately Lolamau has other plans, and it's looking kind of dicey for Talina Peak. And desperate times call for desperate measures, and Stackley's busting out the AWP. Question is, can he make use of it? We've seen his skills before. Can he produce a wonder play? Pushing through aggressively, in fact. And is able to find that entry frag onto Lolamau. Taps away KD4 shortly afterwards. Now it's looking pretty good for Talina Peak in this round. KD4 is tagged up a bit. Pushed quite aggressively too, I might add. Or at a standstill. Waiting for the other player to make a move. To make the mistake. But Meta catches Nami off guard through the window. Zelian punishes though. Seriously, going for the peek and does take down Zelian in retaliation. He knows the second person's there too. ZRZ, unfortunately, without bullets, will fall. Keith able to claim that. Now left over. The only one standing to continue the win streak. 4 globals. Bomb gone down. And an AWP on this point, on this site, is just deadly. Flash comes through. And there it is. Steckley is able to take him down. Leftover falls. And so does the second half streak. We thought we might be getting a repeat of last map, but no. Talenia Peak aren't letting that happen. 7-10 now. But as I mentioned previously, globals are quite cushy right now. And in fact, Lamau is able to invest in another AWP, and so is Slinger. We've double opted up. And they're going to be holding from heaven. Lamau taking care of outside, but it doesn't seem like outsides are actually on the cards, really. For Talenia Peak. Spraying and praying. Nami's able to find ZRZ through the wall. They're going for quite an aggressive play, it seems. No, backs out. Not pushing the smoke today. Smokes out, and here we go. They're pushing out, and Lolamau finds Nami leftover. Also finding a kill of his own. Lolamau finds a second. Tries to go for the third with the wall bang. Almost finds the third through the wall bang again. But Meta finds the kill anyways. And that's why you gotta be quick with it. When using this AWP, especially at close range from those angles, you need to be quick with it. You need to be ready for them to jump out. And there you go. Finds Nami and finds the second player in KD4. Almost gets the third too through the wall. But not quite. That would have been quite the highlight reel. Double op setup, and now it turns into a triple op setup. Lolamau, Meta, and Slinger. One for every site. One for every sight line. And Nami with the scout is the one who's gonna take him down. One shot, one kill. But for Nami, he finds the head. That's what matters. Leftover does take down Zelly, and it's all tied up again. That lead quickly taken away from them. Slinger, there we go. Just having so many sidelines. KD4 is able to take down ZRZ. Slinger once again making that up work for him. Just so many sightlines. So many snipers. Slinger finds one and finds a second. I don't even know what happened there, but Slinger comes in with the 4K for that round. I'm speechless. And it seems like Globals might be closing it out here. Tactical timeout comes in for Talenia Peak. And these second halves are just absolutely deadly for Globals. Almost verging on mean. Giving the enemy team just an ounce of hope. Thinking, you know what? We're in the lead. We might be able to win this. And then they come in. And a near flawless second half just shuts that hope and dream right down. But it's not over just yet. Match point. But the triple op setup comes in again. We saw how deadly it was before. Slinger Absolutely insane plays. 21 kills coming in. Lolamau going quite aggressive with his AWP. Might get punished for it. Just about goes through the smoke and comes out with his life. Nami able to find Lolamau on the other side now. It does end up getting punished in the end. ZRZ also falls. Where is the push going to come through? Meta backing out, giving up ramp control. The smoke hopefully going to hold it for just a small amount of time. Unless he decides to push through here. Slinger inching his way up, trying to see if he can catch out Nami, and he might have looked at the exact wrong time as Nami able to take that second up away from them. Meta, the last remaining sniper, holding the tightest of angles, waiting for the push to come through. And he spots him, he tags him, but Keith is able to come out on top there. Leftover will get the refrag, but it's up to Leftover, and Leftover, unfortunately, will fall on match point. Talenia P claim one back again. And this time, Globals might have been a bit overconfident, as they're sitting on next to nothing in terms of cash. 2 M4s. No, wait. 3 M4s, 4 M4s. They're opting for the late buy. Interesting. Never mind. Just when you think they're coming in for a save. Sorry, I got that on camera, bro. They choose otherwise. Now, very, very patient. Using util slowly, one by one. Inching their way upfield. Not sure what's happening, but Nami strikes first blood. Exactly what Talenia Peak need. But they still need to peek into the sightlines of Globals. Flash comes through. And Nami finds another, actually. Slinger does end up taking down KD4. ZRZ in the opportune angle does end up finding Nami. Now the push is going to come through. He tags up one. Finds the second one through the smoke. Puts out the deagle, but Keith is there. Keith finds the kill. And now they've taken sight. Bomb down. 2-on-2. Match point. And the map rests in the hands in Keith. The last remaining survivor manages to take down one. But Meta finds the kill. And Globals will be making their way to the finals. And Talenia Peak are into the lower bracket to face off against Valid, which we will be witnessing in just a second. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to the IESF World Esports Championships Malta Qualifiers. Now, today we are going to be in the lower bracket. We just saw Globals face off against Tallinia Peak, and Tallinia Peak unfortunately did fall, moving Globals to the finals and also moving Tallinia Peak down to the lower bracket. Now, if you were to take a look at the bracket itself, as you can see here, the journey, we've actually seen Tallinia Peak face off against Valid before. And also, one of the similar maps are coming through too. So we did actually see Tallinia Peak 2-0 Valid to then face off against Globals. But now we're seeing the rematch. And the map we actually saw them on was, in fact, Vertigo. Now, as you can see over here, if we go into the maps real quick, we can see the first map is going to be Vertigo, which was actually Valid's choice. Then heading on over into Overpass. If we do end up getting into the third map, though, that is going into Mirage. Now, Overpass was in the map pool the last time these two faced off. Unfortunately, that was the third game, so we didn't actually see any of them play on it just yet. But it is very curious to see how these teams will face off. I mean, the last time we saw them on this map, I believe it was 13-10. And then, obviously, Tallinia Peak had quite the performance there on Ancient in that second map to 2-0 them into the lower bracket, essentially. But yeah, the winner of this game will head on into the grand finals where they will face off against Globals. Well then, let's get right into it, shall we? The winner of this game, as I said, will go off face against Globals. And if they do end up winning, they will need to win 2 best of 3s in order to claim their chance at the ISF World Championships. Here we go. Starting out on Vertigo. The engagement's coming out. Site's already been taken very, very quickly. Zellian, though, tapping away from the flank. Able to take down 2. Nami, though, finds one of his own. Notifies, shuts him down. Shortly afterwards, bomb doesn't actually go down. Very, very quick to put a stop in this. Now we're at a standstill. 4 versus 2, and Suksoku does end up dropping. Notify, lost range survivor with this Tech 9. Fortunately, not able to find anything. And Tallinia Peak claim the first round. Now, interestingly, something to note, I guess, would be Tallinia Peak's lineup has changed slightly since the last time these two teams faced off, as I mentioned earlier in the stream today. Zellian was not here yesterday, which means that something could be shaken up here. Something could be shaking up. This might be an opportunity. This might be the brick needed to destabilize Tallinia Peak. Well, I guess we'll just wait and see. Let's see how this game pans out. So far, smokes off on A ramp. And quite an aggressive hold here from Zellian with his MP9. Buy round does come through. Fortunately, Valid were unable to get that bomb plant down. The entirety of Valid are just actually stacked here. But Zellian's ready. Zellian gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. Switches to the USP, but just not in time, unfortunately. 84 able to get that final kill there. And Keith to solidify the round. Zellian does fall. But beautiful round nonetheless. Almost flawless. Just not quite. Good though. Buy rounds now coming through. AKs across the board for Valid. And interestingly, third round in, Steckley's busting out the AWP. I don't think Valid are going to be suspecting this. Steckley holding in mid, it seems, with this AWP. Once again, an aggressive hold here from Nami with his MP9. Really trying to use these close angles to catch somebody off guard. Getting a little impatient here. The peaks might be coming through. And there are 3 players from Valid waiting for him. Is he going to go for it? On the other side, Scorpy does end up taking down Steckley. Now it seems like mid control is all the taking. And Valid have just changed their minds completely. Nami does end up taking Notify down with the sheer amount of patience Kills being traded in mid. Slots waiting for the push to come through. Not quite. And kills being traded across the board all over the place. Flash is coming through. 84 now with this ult. Let's see if he can make it work. Steckley unable to find anything with it this early on. Spraying and praying. He's able to peek something through there, but Slots is able to take down Keith. Goes for the jump peek. Very risky plays coming in here. Nobody peeking from Valid. Everybody playing patiently. And as I mentioned, Sixoku just a quick tap around. Nami taps the bomb though. Trying to unsettle them. And 84 does end up falling with that AWP. Nami, the last remaining survivor, trying to see if he can find anything. And Valid claim their first round. And possibly retrieve the AWP. They do not. As Slots falls, unfortunately. Quite a big investment coming in from Steckley. Unfortunately, it does not pay off, and it gives Valid the first round of this best of 3. Well, we'll see how it goes. Coming through here. Battle's going through mid. Shots being traded. A little tinkering around. Unsure what to do here. They both have full buys. Nami, though, with a very interesting position. Fortunately, nobody's really gonna come through onto that site. First blood will be struck. Through the smoke. Very unlucky. But nothing quite yet. Notify now might be running into the hands of Nami with this XM. Will he go forward with it? Seems like a bit unsure what to do here. 45 seconds now left on the clock. Time is ticking away. 5v4, just Sixoku the one to fall. It seems like it might be. Here it is coming through. Nami's waiting on B with his XM. Close range, uses it, gets one unfortunately. And Mystic Mind actually takes down Scorpion to make it 2. He does end up claiming another life back, but Steckley's able to finish the job. A very, very peculiar round. But either way, comes out on top. And the XM, I guess, pays off. The fear put into Mystic Mind's mind. Was able to garner them another kill on Scorpy. Put Valid into a save round here. Which might be, and it's looking like a B rush. Are they ready for it is the question here. Nami once again at close range. Beautiful nade coming in from Keith to help finish it off. Keith once again getting another kill. Keith managing to find yet another one. Steckley helping Nami. Finishes it off. Not even a lick of damage lands on Talinia Peak there. What a crazy start to this map so far. Let's see what they have in store here. Now, open round side. It seems like this is going to be an A push. Nade's coming through. And they do land a hefty amount of damage. Sixoku there taking down quite a lot. And then KD4 just needs to... a little wallbang to finish off the job there. Zelian holding on the other side. Takes down Mystic Mind. Might find a second just about. Backs up at the wrong time. Notify though. Able to open up the site. Zelian holds on another one. Takes down Slots. Notices more players. More aggression. The rotations might be coming in here. In fact, from Keith. Notify peaks. Unfortunately, Notified does miss. Kobe's able to get the kill, but Zellion leaving this round with 3 kills. And once again, putting Valid in a sticky situation. They are now on loss bonus. Max loss bonus, or should I say. This will be a save round. Almost a full Tech 9 rush here. But no rush will ensue. As the molly comes through, Steckley with routine nades here in mid. That might actually do a decent amount of damage. Slots chunked down to 60 HP. And spray comes through. Steckley finds one. And Zellion will find another. And he's hearing noise. Steckley's pushing up, in fact, trying to see if he can find anybody. Catch him off guard. He comes through. And Steckley finds another. Gets domed immediately by Notify, though. A chunky nade. The molly to follow up. Keith now with the aggression. They know they're saving. They know they have the gun advantage. Peek through and find one. Nami, though, with the flank. Does end up finding 2. Closing out the round. Giving them a 5-round lead here. Now, interestingly, we saw it on the side of Talinia, but now we're seeing it on the side of Notify. Or Valid, should I say, with Notify. Busting out the AWP. Let's see if he can catch anything. Routine nades coming again from Talinia Peak. All too familiar. Mid control seems to be completely given up. Or almost, actually. Nami's been quite deep here. They've seen the molly. They know it's coming through and the spray's coming through. He does tag up Scorpy, but it is reciprocated. But the kill isn't. Nami strikes. First blood of the round. Now they're a bit lost. Mystic Mind does spot the feet of Nami, but he backs out. Look at the amount of map control now Talinia Peak have taken. Trying to bait him out with the deagle throw. Not sure if he's gonna fall for that, man. But now, oh. Is he thinking of going down? Possibly down the ladder? I mean, they're inching their way up on... Keith takes down Slots actually on the other side. KD4 is getting naded out, unfortunately. Spammed out now on 4 HP. He's going to need some assistance here, and Zellion's holding the other angle, unfortunately. But KD4 peeks out of the smoke somehow, still manages to find a kill. Zellion follows up suit, takes down Mystic Mind. Sixoko will manage to find the dome with 8 seconds left on the clock. He's got no time to plant. He picks up the op. He needs to go for the kills here. Just about misses the shot onto Steckley. And Talinia Peak claim yet another round in this first half. That got a bit too hectic, a bit too late, unfortunately. And the timeout comes through once again. Similar fashion, actually, as the last time these two teams faced off. I wonder what's going through their head. I mean, buys are a bit troublesome, really. I mean, we can see they're going for the full buy on the side of Valid. Orb has transferred hands, though, now into Nami's hands. We'll see what he can do with it. The difference here is, like, Talinia Peak seem to be getting quite a lot of map control and very, very good usage of their utility, able to chunk down Valid quite a hefty amount. And it seems like now the rush is coming through. Flash is coming through, and Zellion throws the molly, trying to deter them. And once again, the molly does so much damage to Slots, leaving him on 9 HP, but you can't out-aim. You can't out-damage here. A one-tap there. Slots does take him down. Scorpy takes down KD4, and the site is now up at the taking. Steckley, last remaining survivor on this site. But the rotations have come through now. Just about doesn't claim the kill on Mystic Mind. Fortunately now, look, 5 players here waiting on the retake. And Sixoku with a beautiful flank. He ends up finding 2, finds the 3rd, and what a play coming in from Sixoku when you least expect it. The flank comes through with 5 players available on the side of Valid. They're able to do what they want, when they want. Completely unaware, and just takes them down. Fortunately, we're having some technical difficulties, and we will be right back in just a second.